know the boxer. I'm a fighter. I fight. I believe, I promise you, it's not gonna go 10 rounds in fight. I'm gonna shock the world. I'm gonna shock the world.
Kristian Prenga has shocked the boxing world by saying Anthony Joshua will not make it past round 10. But is he confident, or is he taking the biggest risk of his career?
This is a guy that ain't never been past 8 rounds, guys. Never been past 8 rounds. He's 20, I think he's 20-0, no, 20-1 with 20 knockouts. So he got some pop on his shots. He got a good ass right hand. Got a pretty good left hook as well. Left hook to the body. But the one thing that I see about this guy, he's big too. He's like 6'5", about 260. So I see what they doing. Anthony Joshua, Eddie Hearn, they trying to get a guy that's similar in height and, reach and everything with Tyson Fury. I see what they doing. But I feel like Anthony Joshua didn't need a tune-up. I get everything that can to happen in his life and stuff like that, man. I get the tragedy that happened in his life. However, he was just in the ring 6 months ago.
Tim Bradley believes Anthony Joshua must be careful of Prenga's biggest weapon, especially his dangerous left hook.
AJ, all you gotta do is take it to him. That's it. Avoid getting hit with a big shot. Got a good right hand. All you gotta do is take it to him. This guy right here, he's tough, but he's soft at the same time. He's tough, but he's soft at the same time. So, like, if you start to put the pressure on him, he ain't never been at that level, and you start hitting him hard, and you bag him in the corner, he gonna tuck up in that high guard, that dummy defense, and he just gonna take it.
Many fans expect Joshua to finish Prenga within 3 rounds. If he cannot, people will start asking serious questions. Prenga's kickboxing background also makes his fight more interesting after Rico Verhoeven gave Usyk a tough challenge.
Anthony Joshua has to go in there, he has to be spiteful, he has to get the job done for me inside 3 rounds as well. There's no feeling out process, you've got to go in there and show that you are back, make a statement. I think that's what he has to do, AJ. So he's in a lose-lose situation, going into this one, because that's what people expect.
And he hasn't actually won a genuine fight, because you can't, even though we were there, we covered it, it was a great occasion, he won the American audience over. The Jake Paul victory in December last year wasn't a real boxing match. He held Jake Paul up for several rounds, and then he broke his jaw in 2 places against a guy who really is 9 levels below him. He's not even an area champion in cruiserweight boxing, let alone heavyweight.
Joshua has started training with Alexander Usyk's team, and many believe he is finally listening to the right advice.
Deciding to work and train with Usyk in Usyk's camp, was that a surprise to you? It was a surprise, but it's very humbling. The best thing he could do. Best thing he could do, because he needed to be in a position. I heard a story once that he went to, I don't know if it's true. I heard a story once he went to, he was in Canelo's gym. Canelo asked him what was well. And he just said, no, I'm all right. He got the man, he kicked off saying, can this man, because so when AJ trained, he's going to train between the one of his weight, which is why he's training. Yeah. He's gone to Usyk, he's had to show respect, he's had to humble himself and had to think, right, I've got to do it this way, I've got to listen to it. So now finally he's listening to someone who's thinking, yes, the only time he had that respect was with Robert Crack. Yeah, that fear of respect. Now he's got it.
Spencer Oliver believes Joshua still has a hunger to become champion again. He says AJ is not thinking about retirement and still wants another world title.
Trying to reinvent himself, that's his problem. He's an overthinker, Anthony Joshua, and he's looking at the people that question the desire to want to box still are totally wrong. That fire is still burning in his belly. He does want to become undisputed. He does want to win a world title game. All of that, and that's where he's going away, looking for, trying to reinvent. And he also recognises he is in the twilight of his career. You're right in what you say when you say, he was talking about 3 or 4 more years left in the game. Of course, because as soon as you start, that seed of doubt is there, and you're thinking about retirement, you're done.
I always mention this all the time, that you unfortunately didn't get to the stage where you had to contemplate the end. You got there and I got there. And when you start admitting that you're getting towards the end, you realise that you even start making a couple of plans that you've done. But I said about AJ and about how he is, just the fact that he's getting up.
Eddie Hearn says Joshua has been through difficult personal times, but his motivation has never disappeared. He believes AJ is working harder than ever.
I've never seen anyone train harder than him. This camp and this team have actually, his training, I can't explain what these people are doing to his training camp. He finishes his spar, then he's off doing an hour of,
Hearn says Joshua's training has been intense. Working with Usyk's camp has helped him get into the best shape of his career.
Change time zones, then I go down, watch him spar 10 rounds. Before he even spars, he's doing an hour of work to get himself ready for his spar. Then after that, he's doing 8 rounds of pads. Then he comes back to the house, we have a bite to eat, and he goes, oh, I've got an hour and a half, and I've got to go and do my strength and conditioning. Then he goes back and he does 3 hours with the mad Ukrainians on his show. And I'm like, mate, he's absolutely caked, right? Yet you want this so badly, right? And he's so inspiring to me as an individual, and I want him to win so badly. But all you can ever do is give yourself the best opportunity.
Prenga's knockout warning has added more pressure, but Eddie Hearn believes Joshua is fully focused and ready to prove himself on fight night.
This fight won't be easy. Like you're in with a guy who I don't think is an elite world level guy. He's a kind of fringe world level heavyweight. You don't really know a lot about him. He comes just hunch. He's a big lump, and they're going, bloody hell, I could win this fight. If I beat AJ, I'll fight Tyson. I'll get on the fight. You know, so there's a huge amount of pressure. But he's once again giving himself every chance. Although he's probably mentally had to come through a lot, there's a real focus, and now he's talking about Prenga, Fury, world heavyweight title. Normally he just says Prenga, like that's the only thing. He's super focused.
Boxing experts believe Joshua looks sharp and ready. Gareth A. Davies thinks AJ can deliver another dominant performance.
And I think Prenga is in big trouble. I really do.
Yeah, Kristian Prenga, 35 years old. You know, he's fought a lot of lower level fighters. I had a long study of his record yesterday. The one thing that on AJ, first of all, I agree with you. It's fantastic to have him back. I think Prenga is in trouble. I'm just straight out there. I think AJ goes out there, and it looks like a Nagano performance to me, where he'll size him up with a jab, and let that moving right hand go and devastate Prenga, who obviously has a punch. But I saw when Anthony Joshua took his sunglasses off yesterday.
Davies says Joshua is more focused than ever. He believes fans are now seeing the best version of AJ.
He's ended a very, very devastating and serious guy who's still very ambitious, to your point. His ambition is very clear. I love the way he explained the night at Tottenham Hotspur Stadium, Eddie, when he was drawn and called up to go up to the ring by Turkey Al-Sheikh, by Frank Warren, by Tyson Fury, and he was playing well in the top 10, as you rightly assuaged.
The rivalry between Joshua and Prenga has grown after their heated press conference and face-off. Joshua looked calm and confident before the fight.
This man literally described everything from the fling to the canvas, to turning his hips to right hand, on how he's talking about punching through the face of Prenga.
I'm going to punch with bad intentions, and I'm going to bite down on my gum shoulder and plant my feet into that ring canvas and turn my hips, and I'm going to hit him hard and see if he can survive my power shots as well.
Then told Prenga, I hope you don't respect me in the ring. Please just respect me in the damn ring. I don't want respect. I don't want love. I want violence.
Okay.
I respect you a lot. You're a great fighter. I'm a brother, but in the ring, I don't have respect for nobody.
I swear to God, I said, I want you to show me no respect, and this is perfect for me.
And he said, thank you.
Joshua's team is not worried by Prenga's comments. Many fans believe Joshua's intense stare during the face-off already put pressure on Prenga.
Did you guys see the press conference? Anthony, AJ, Joshua, and Prenga? The damn hell stare that AJ gave Prenga. First of all, he walks up to him with the shades on, looking like Sarah Connor. Which was already grimmish. Then he takes off the shades and his eyes start staring into Prenga's soul. It was so dark, you could see Prenga getting nervous, swaying, and then he has that hard swallow. You know that hard swallow? Right, remember that swallow that Martin gave Chill on House Party? He had that.
Prenga's kickboxing career has become a big talking point. Even so, many believe Joshua is ready for anything he brings.
I told you
kickboxing champion who knows Rico and also transitioned into boxing with very limited, amateur experience in sport, and makes him for a very unpredictable opponent.
Prenga says he will knock Joshua out before round 10. However, many experts expect AJ to finish the fight much earlier.
So Dave, given that you're here, tell me about your thoughts on the Joshua Prenga fight.
So I would think it's probably a safe match for Joshua. The training camp is what he needs, more than the fight. He's got a lot of experience and I think he needs necessarily more fight. But I think Joshua wins inside too.
I agree. I think this fight's going to be over pretty quickly and pretty quickly. And while he can punch, I don't think he has very much going forward. He's going to be going backwards, and I just think AJ lands pretty quickly.
Keith Sullivan believes Joshua should not underestimate Prenga. He says Prenga is prepared well and has the power to change the fight.
KP, Kristian Prenga, understands the odds against him. He understands the doubt that's been placed on him. But he has absolutely no fear, tremendous confidence that he can win this fight. Kristian is a very heavy-handed puncher. I brought in some of the top sparring partners that we've been able to get our hands on. They have called me up and been amazed at how heavy-handed, what a hard puncher he is, and how much of a beating they've been taking in sparring. So we don't need 12 rounds. We don't need 1,000 punches. We just need 1 or 2 good punches on AJ's jaw to get him uncomfortable. We've seen it time and time again. When he gets hit in the right spot, he gets out of his comfort zone and loses control. Once we get him to that place, KP can step in and take over the fight. It's a really risky fight for Anthony Joshua.
Sullivan also questions why Joshua's team chose Prenga, and they think he is such an easy opponent. That has created even more debate.
If KP is all the stuff that these naysayers say that he is, and he doesn't have a good record, and he doesn't have the skill, talent, or whatever, why on earth did Anthony Joshua's team present the fighters such as KP did? What does that say about his team and their doubt and their uncertainties and insecurities about where Anthony Joshua is right now in his career? That speaks more volumes than anything else. And I'm confident that KP can win this fight. It's the heavyweight division. Anything can happen.
Spencer Oliver disagrees. He believes Prenga is far below Joshua's level and says this fight is another step toward a future Tyson-Fury showdown.
It is a massive opportunity for Kristian Prenga, for sure. But you must admit that he is at a lot lower level than Anthony Joshua. He's never competed at that sort of level. Anthony Joshua knows what he's going in with here. Your guy is very heavy-handed, yes, but from the footage that you've seen online from him, he doesn't sort of, he's not mixed, and he doesn't seem to be at that level as Anthony Joshua, and I suppose that's where this is all coming from. It's a calculated gamble from Joshua's side of things because they want a test of some sort, a guy that is heavy-handed, see where Anthony Joshua's
Spencer, why
sitting
don't you
right
just say
now.
Joshua is at a different level than Prenga?
Of course.
As far as you're concerned.
Of course.
we can keep
Simon Jordan says heavyweight boxing is unpredictable. One good punch can change everything, and every fight is different.
We've conceded that. We don't doubt that. But KP is a caliber enough of a fighter that he can take over in the ring and win this fight. That's the point that we've been making. Look at Rico versus Usyk. Did you think Rico was on the same caliber and on par with Usyk's talent?
That's a great point.
Absolutely not. Look at that fight.
Keith, I was just about to use that as an analogy, actually, when you're talking about guys coming from crossover fights. But Rico Verhoeven, seems to be at a different level, to be totally honest, to your guy, when you looked at that going in.
I mean, the exception doesn't prove the rule. To go to Keith's points, he can use the Rico, but the exception doesn't prove the rule any more than Ngannou making Tyson Fury have a difficult fight and Anthony Joshua knocking you out very quickly afterwards. Doesn't prove that argument either.
Jordan believes Joshua has already faced much tougher opponents. If AJ performs at his normal level, he should win comfortably.
And all the talk before will make no difference. Lots of heavyweights are heavy-handed.
Yeah.
Anthony Joshua's been in with lots of heavy-handed heavyweights, and you can talk about how he reacts. We've seen him get hit. We saw him get hit by Klitschko, and we saw what he did to Klitschko. We've seen him get hit by Dillian White, who's heavy-handed, and we saw what... Now, these are years ago, I grant you.
Sure.
But this, with due respect to Keith, this guy is not at the level that Anthony Joshua was at. If Anthony Joshua maintains some degree of level, then I expect this fight to go in at Joshua.
Simon, let's prove that.
So Simon, to your point, let's look at the caliber of fighters that Anthony Joshua has faced in modern times, in the recent times. a YouTuber who had to put on 40 pounds to fight him.
Yep.
He got sparked out by Daniel Dubois, knocked down 4 times.
Aid Oladipo says Prenga has real knockout power, so Joshua cannot afford to make mistakes during the fight.
Kristian Prenga shouldn't offer any problems. He's a big lump, as they all are in the heavyweight division. I'm guessing he's around 250, 260. Although everyone he's knocked out is at a very, very low level, knockout power is knockout power. Some people will go points for some of the guys that he's put to sleep. So he clearly has power. And I've always said, I think, if a 260-pound guy hits you clean on the chin, your legs will wobble and you could go down. So AJ has to be careful. But they've watched tape on this guy. But Eddie said in the studio with us that he was going to pick Kristian Prenga for a boot tennis fight card, because Prenga has quite a lot of tickets.
Aid also predicts Joshua will be too experienced and too skilled. He expects AJ to stop Prenga within 2 rounds.
You guys know where I'm at with this one. This is a 2 or 3 round demolition. I think AJ's going to be too sharp, too hard, and he's just far too good for this level. Like, say what you want about AJ mixing it with the top 10. Like, if this is AJ versus Macaulay or Zhang, okay, cool, Hergwin, yeah, cool. We can have that conversation of whether or not you think AJ will win or not. AJ against Prenga, AJ will destroy him. We hope. The fight will be in Jeddah, not Riyadh. I'm not quite sure of the reasons behind it. There is a new Superdome there. Is it that? Is it because of sort of unrest in the Riyadh region? I'm not quite sure, but it will be in Jeddah. Jeddah was where AJ fought Alexander Usyk.
Fight night is almost here. Will Joshua make another big statement? Or can Prenga pull off a huge upset? We'll soon find out. Stay tuned for more boxing updates.